Alright guys, here we go. What's going on everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. Today we're going to be talking about Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 18. The war rages on in New York City, and this war is crazy. We have the Sinister Six. They've been tasked with hunting down Goblin and Spider-Man. So when things get a little too hot and heavy, Peter Parker takes his family and he gets out of town. Now of course, he thought Harry had died, but now he is only learning the truth. Soon he's gonna learn exactly how Harry was able to stay alive. That is because Gwen Stacy is one of the Mysterios, a shared council of 5. So when Harry and Gwen declare war on Kingpin and the rest of the Six, it's time for Peter Parker to return to New York City. With that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, we're picking up in Utah. We pick up with Harry coming in on his private jet and meeting up with the Parker family. Peter's still a little bit ticked off. Not really sure how he feels about being lied to about all of this stuff going on, but Harry does say that he has an end to this situation. But Harry also brought Uncle Ben along. He brought Jonah along. They're gonna stay here in Utah and kind of look after the kids. If they're to declare war in New York City with Kingpin, his family's gotta be safe. That's exactly what this is. This is his way of keeping them safe, of keeping them away from everything going on. This is what hops us over to our Council of Mysterios. And right now, Gwen is kind of being put on trial. She is being accused of acting in her own self-interest and not in the interest of the 5. But Gwen would argue that she's doing exactly what they're meant to be doing. They're angry because they make decisions together. But the way Gwen sees it, all they do is talk. They talk, and they do some more talking. Stacy's past that point. Some would try to argue that she's only doing all of this in her own self-interest, and that she did this because she wanted to save her husband. The truth is, while she acted sooner than they had planned, the plan was always for him to die, was always to kill Kraven. And while some might think that there's room to clean up, there is no cleaning up. The path has been laid. She killed Kraven. She publicly attacked Mr. Negative. We're at war. The only thing they really have to worry about is Mole Man. More than anybody else in Kingpin's circle. Now they have to wonder, has he spoken to anybody? Right now, at least, they have mutually assured destruction. Kraven's body left where it was. It kind of implicates Mole Man into all of it. But the die is cast. All is it is meant to be. And then the last member chimes in, and she says that she agrees with Gwen. That of course I agree with her. Are we not here for a reason? Are we not committed? Are we not truly believing the words we say? The world is a lie, and only through embracing these lies, becoming a master of them, can we truly see. Their craft is old, older than the lie. Their power is ageless. The amulet passed from sire to spawn, 1 to wear it, 5 to share it. They are Mysterio, and the Mysterios are going to war. This is what picks us up with Spider-Man and Green Goblin. Right now, they're swinging their way through the city, but being back in New York City, Peter's feeling a little bit rusty. He wants to shake off the rust, so he goes out there and they start beating up some local bad guys. Some street-level thugs they start taking on one at a time. And after some much-needed punch therapy, Spider-Man's feeling a lot better. Now it's just a matter of waiting up until they can meet up with Gwen. At this point, he's started to learn what's going on, about the Mysterio, about all of this, but he hasn't talked to her since he's learned all of this. Since they have a little bit of time, he figures stop by the old apartment. Stop by and see how it is. But when they arrive, what they find is this place is an absolute disaster. It takes Harry a second to recognize, but then tells Peter like, oh man, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be real mad at me. Coming out from the closet with a bat is Otto. Dr. Octavius coming out, acting like he's gonna do something, but Spider, he webs him up real quick. Otto, seeing who it is, he's like, oh, you're back, welcome back. And Harry says, calm down, this is totally my fault. I sent Otto here to make sure all the protocols were in place to make sure we could protect your family. But with Peter gone and God knows what happening to Harry, he wanted to make sure everything was looked after. That's where Otto comes into play. Otto just happened to decide to move in. He decided to make this his little bachelor pad for a while. Peter pretty livid, saying that him and Harry are gonna have a discussion about this. They go swinging off through the city. They go swinging off to meet up with Gwen. And while Peter, at first, he's a little bit upset, he tells Harry, you made the right call. That I shouldn't be so mad. I should actually be thanking you. That it was the right decision. Because if there's one thing he's learned about this job, he can only do his job the way it needs to be done if he knows the people he loves are safe. This is what picks us up hours ago, when Harry and Peter are about to take off. The rest of the family went back to the campsite. Now, everybody believed that Richard just stayed at the campsite. But what really happened is he was texting Felicia. And Felicia, she's been luring him back to New York City, telling him that she got into some trouble, that she's in some real trouble and she needs real help. Without hesitation, Richard jumps into action. We see Richard suit up with Venom. And as his father and Harry go to get on that plane, we see Venom go invisible, straight go in stealth mode. He makes his way onto the jet. He sneaks his way onto the plane. And that's what takes us to present day. Young Richard Parker swinging through the city. Opening up a window, he runs into Felicia. Ecstatic to see her. Happy to see that she's safe. But this is where he learns how badly he messed up. Because as he gets into this room, he is surrounded by bullseyes and Kingpin standing before him. He tells young Richard that you have no reason to be scared because you are a rather precarious situation, that nothing bad needs to happen tonight. I just need your help because Felicia has let it slip, kind of giving a little bit away about yourself. Certainly enough to know that you are a savory player, that I know you're in league with Spider-Man. And one way or another, tonight, you're gonna give him up. That is where this issue will end. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. One hell of a story. Ultimate Spider-Man continues to be the story that keeps on giving. The Ultimate Universe by Jonathan Hickman as a whole, absolutely knocking it out of this park. And while this one almost feels like a filler, it's moving the plot forward. We're finally getting back to New York City. Our heroes are back here. Spider-Man, Harry, they think that they got this figured out. With the help of Mysterio, the three of them, they plan to take down Kingpin. But the situation is drastically gonna change. With young Richard now in the grasp of Kingpin, does he escape? Or does Kingpin use him as leverage to lure out Spider-Man? At this point, I gotta assume that Kingpin and them don't know much about Venom. This might help out Richard tremendously. They don't understand the symbiotes, they don't understand the suit, they don't know how it works, they don't know any of it. I mean, hell, for all we know, we could see in the next issue, Venom straight up start eating bullseyes, which I vote for. If anybody's listening out there, you guys can go back and do the editing right now. If that is not what is happening, I suggest you make that change. Have Venom eat a crap ton of the bullseyes. Let him have his getaway so Kingpin can truly see the forces that he is up against. Because Kingpin keeps walking into these situations thinking that he's got it figured out, thinking that he's got it handled. And while he has ridiculous strength, ridiculous power, durability, if we see the likes of Green Goblin, Spider-Man, Richard, and Mysterio all teaming up against Kingpin, there's a good chance Kingpin can fall. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that has been going on with the Ultimate Universe, check out the links in my description as well as the top of the video. Those are going to get you completely caught up on everything that has been happening with this Ultimate Universe. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only would you be helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content we have coming out. And with that being said, until the next breakdown.